Được doanh nghiệp của địa điểm khi đến những tình tiết đến học.
Check 1 2 1 2. Check check. 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 Check check 1 2 1 2. Check check 1 2 1 2. Check.
Good morning. Before I get started, if you're interested in raffle, if you're interested in the back at the front of the stage, please take a moment, go to the QR code or to the web address to register for the raffle. We will start momentarily. Pictures and people begin more. For those of you with cell phones, take pictures and video. You may want evidence for later. Yes. If you take pictures, the QR code and so the camera. Otherwise, good morning. Good morning. Come on, I got every seeker in this room or by education somewhere. Good morning. Welcome to the opening day of 23-24. My name is Greg Warman, the Prefect of Education and our host of today's festivity. Welcome back. Not like that. We're glad you're here. With the land acknowledgement, we welcome to the stage talking about Dr. Dorothy Weevil.
Good morning, everyone. In keeping with Indigenous protocol, we would like to acknowledge that Antelope Valley College District is situated upon the traditional lands of the Chumash, the Kayasu, the Kitayama, the Serrano, the Tapiam, and Guyanese, and to many diverse Indigenous peoples who call this region home. We also pay respect to elders of the past and present, and the enduring presence of indigenous peoples on this land. We recognize that these tribes are still here, and we are committed to uplifting their stories, their culture, and their community. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Wall. And speaking of thank you, we would like to say a big thank you to the PhD staff for hosting the events. Truly. Thank you personnel for helping set it up, take it down and set up tomorrow. Ms. Patricia McClure, all the logistics. Timmy Littlefield for the choreography. And now for the first raffle drawing, we'll have 3 raffle drawings. First raffle drawing. Prizes. Dogs only basket donated by Dr. Zimmerman, Blue Diamond basket donated by Nate Dillon, and Cool Cats ABC by Dr. Zimmerman. Sorry. Diamond basket. There you go. Congratulations. There's no baskets up there. I didn't know. Okay. I would now like to welcome to the stage President of the Board of Trustees, Ms. Laura Gaines.
Good morning. On behalf of the Governing Board of Trustees, it is my distinct honor to welcome you to the 23-24 opening at Antelope Valley Community College. Some of you may be new to AVC, and we realize you have a lot of choice in selecting where to continue or even begin your careers. We are so grateful that you chose to join our family here at AVC. At AVC, we take what goes on in the class very seriously. We are committed to providing a comprehensive education to a diverse population of learners. This begins by creating environments of belonging and connection for each student and staff to engage and thrive in. Although our heightened focus is on learning, we are also here to address their mental health and physical well-being, while never negating their creative self. In order for us to truly embrace each student, we must know that every student at AVC is worthy of intellectual respect. Great teaching matters. True appreciation of difference is essential for a quality education, and our faculty, staff, leadership, and community are our partners. The entire staff at AVC have been on the road together this past year, and we are moving with direction and purpose, thanks to our president, Dr. Jennifer Zilla. You can feel and see the change. Our goal is to do whatever it takes to create atmospheres where students are challenged at high levels. Communication, creativity, and collaboration are a component of every lesson, and students feel safe, supported, and inspired to make mistakes. We all, each and every one of us in this room, have a responsibility to help create the circumstances that allow students to soar. We can and will do this. Remember, it is just not what we do for our students, but what we do for one another. In his book, All I Really Need to Know, I Learned in Kindergarten, Robert Fulghum wrote, without realizing it, we will fill important places in each other's lives. It's that way with the guy at the corner grocery, the mechanic at the local garage, the family doctor, teachers, neighbors, co-workers, good people who are always there, who can be relied upon in small, important ways. People who teach us, bless us, encourage us, support us, uplift us in the dailiness of our lives. There are always those who couldn't do without you. The rub is that you always don't know who they are. So, as we move forward this year, let's be kind and support one another. Thank you again for being here this morning and for joining us, and have a wonderful, great opening on Monday.
Thank you, Madam President. And now, please welcome to the stage the President Superintendent of Antelope Valley College, Dr. John Zelda.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Today is a great day. Isn't it a great day? There was rock and roll outside. There were donuts with special messages. I got pictures from the that was so very cool. We are here today to kick off another fabulous year, and I am so excited. This year we have so many great things planned, but first, before we begin some comments, I want to recognize all of our Board of Trustees who are present. You heard from our Board President, Barbara Gaines. I do see Trustee Michael Reeves here in the audience. Trustee Reeves. Are there other trustees that are out of my line of sight? I know that they send all of their best wishes and best thoughts to all of you. So thank you to our trustees. And I want to thank Greg Borman, our MC. We got a much better voice than so many better than listen to. So welcome to Opening Day for Fall 2023. We have an exciting morning plan for you, and we wanted to map today what's been going on all week. There's been some fabulous programming for your learning and professional development. This semester, we're taking our service and all of our plans to a new level. And this semester is going to be filled with all kinds of surprises. And as you look around and you see the surprises coming, Come on.
I told you the camera, you want to listen to me. I should have had evidence, yeah. I told you. And now you understand why I'm not doing that and why I'm doing this instead. I can do it a little bit. You know, tell me that a little bit. That's the way it is there.
He was actually given a chance for the old lady to catch the breath. So, in the audience. Yes, she can. You know, there's a time for us to be serious. There's a time for us to do things we have to do and be very, very, very concentrated, very pointed. But there's always time for us to enjoy. Song is called Viva la Vida. Live the life, live your life, Viva la Vida. And the song said it all. I want us to remember life is for the living. This is not a dress rehearsal. We don't get a second time. Every day, every moment, every class, every student in front of us, every interaction with a colleague will not happen again. We get one shot. So we have some real choices to make. How do we want to live our lives? What do we want to be said of us? How do we want to enjoy our time? We have amazing opportunity for service here. Not everyone can say about their jobs what we can say. We have the privilege of service. We have the privilege of offering opportunity for life-changing education. Wow. If you think about that, how many people wish that their job can make the kind of difference that ours makes? It's a privilege. It's a privilege. And I love working here because when you work at a college, you work with a ton of very intelligent people. My colleagues, all of you, and everyone has great ideas about how to improve our service, how to serve each other better, how to use our talents and gifts. So the question before us is, do we live in the past? Do we live out of habit? Do we live and just out of the habit of maybe frustration or irritation, or do we choose to recognize the fleeting nature of each moment? And do we choose to celebrate those moments to the full? Do we choose vivir la vida? Do we choose viviendo el sueño? Do we choose to live the dream? How do we choose? I challenge all of us. I challenge all of us throughout this next year and beyond. Let's live our lives to the full. Let's live each moment like we won't get it back, because life is not a dress rehearsal. So today, I want to welcome people who are leaders of different groups on campus. They're going to take some time and speak to all of you and share some of their leadership thoughts for the year. And we are going to go in this order, if I can find it. We are going to, it's going to be Steve, then, and I knew this was going to happen because I don't have my script open, and Tony. Oh, here it is. I told you, where's the CPR? Steve, Anthony, Kyle, Jason, Michelle, and Pamela. So I'll turn the mic over. Steve.
No, man, I didn't know the dance. Oh, preparation. The second way I couldn't make it, and I was on Zoom. But I wanted to say thank you for coming. I think time is very precious. I know as a student here at AVC, my years here, I grew much as a leader. And there's one thing I won't shy around: adversity. Adversity is always around the corner. And if it wasn't for AVC, the community and the teachers here, I know I would have been very lost. I want to share a quote by Brene Brown. We're very hardwired to struggle. Our brain is hardwired to struggle, sorry. But we're worthy of a place of love and belonging. And as a student here, I struggled in my first 2 years. Mom diagnosed with breast cancer. And thank God that she got the resources we need. But it was a tough first 2 years starting out as a student here. And I believe in my time there, he wanted me to grow as a student, not just be a son, at second, but also graduate and be, first timer in our family, to graduate. And do what we need to do as students. So prioritizing, I just want to encourage students even here, prioritizing it. Whenever he hits, you have to be really good at managing things. And one thing I encourage is like use the resources, counselors, talk to a friend here. AVC has a beautiful community here, and I'm very fond and very inspired to be part of it. Like, I had no clue what I was coming into being a president. I just know like the role was open, so I took the chance. I'm like, all right. And then it was like, man, prioritizing, planning, that is very hard. Like first spot on, but I have Michelle Hernandez to thank, just setting up the Marauders leadership conference that it strengthened our skills. I'm very how would you say it, grateful for the time. Yeah, time is very precious. Not many of us have it, but it's a precious gift. So I just encourage everyone to use it wisely. And remember, you have a community here that loves you. You're worthy of love and belonging. So thank you.
Working at a college is an experience like no other. You never know when you're going to get an email that says you're going to dance in front of a live audience along with your colleagues. But good morning, AVC. I'm really happy to be here on opening day and welcome you all to the 23-24 school year. I'm going to make my remarks short, but I'm very happy to be with you all today. Every year is different with new memories and lifelong experiences that will carry along with us for the rest of our lives. I mean, when you think back, you remember most your time that you spend in college. And it's really these friendships that we foster and that brings us the most happiness. Every year, of course, has its ups and downs, with the downs usually coinciding with finals week. But I think that we can all agree that it can be difficult to wake up in the morning for an 8 a.m. class or stay up late grading papers or working on homework, but it's worth it. It's worth it to come to AVC, to meet all you all, see all your faces. It's pleasurable. I think a lot of students will agree with me when I say I enjoy learning at AVC. It's a wonderful environment and it's really opening. I've been taking classes here since 2020, which was when we were in the pandemic, and we all know how hard that was. I'm sure you guys knew the struggles of trying to teach and the struggles of trying to learn in that time. But since then, so much progress has been made, and AVC has become an incredibly supportive and student-centered college. I really hope that this campus continues to keep the success of our students as their #1 priority. So for this upcoming school year, let's continue to cooperate between the faculty and the students, and let's work hard to work towards this wonderful college. Let's continue to support each other. I'm really proud of this identity of the college. I'm proud of what we've become, and I'm excited to work with all of you to continue to succeed. Thank you.
Good morning and welcome to the fall 2023 semester. I am Al Huntsman. I feel honored to be Academic Senate President for the next 3 years. And I don't do it alone. I have a great executive team. Kathy Osborne, Mark McGovern, and Brian Palgallo are great resources and super knowledgeable, helpful to me. I also want to acknowledge our immediate past president, Mayor Palmetto, who really stepped into the role and scored sort of a last minute way and did, fantastic work and got big shoes to fill. Our college is better when we hear from everyone. For me, that is one of my big goals in my tenure as president, is to make sure that everyone's voice is heard and listened to, and because you never know where the good ideas are going to come from. And when I say that, I of course mean faculty, because that's who I represent, but I also mean everyone. I mean our students, especially. I mean our classified staff. I mean our classified managers. I even mean our administrators. On occasion, everyone has a role to play, and everyone's voice can come forward with the best ideas, and we all need to support that and really acknowledge the sort of wisdom that comes from wherever it comes from. So I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to the semester and the coming years with you.
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Now, wasn't that a spectacular performance? I would have joined, but I don't know if it would have been that spectacular. But I want to thank President Gillette for making this morning happen, making it fun, and not only this morning, but the entire week. This has been an incredible week. Faculty have participated in large numbers in workshops, and in some cases, there were no seats in some of the rooms I heard. So thank you, President Gillette, Patty McClure, Rhonda Burgess, the administration and faculty and everyone else who made that happen. Of course, there were the faculty orientations. I'd like to thank Catherine Mitchell for making the adjunct orientation so special and welcoming our new adjuncts. Darcy Wingwall for making the full-time orientation also special. They did a lot of work. I'd like to thank our adjunct union leadership, Carla Corona and Alberto Larinaga for their work. They did a great job. And of course, I'm using a lot of names out here. But so, my name is Jason Bowen, by the way, I'm faculty union president. And, speaking on behalf of the union this morning, we have been able to achieve a substantial number of goals this past year. So I have to thank everyone for making these achievements possible. Now, we've been able to make these achievements possible despite the challenges that we've had, despite, I don't want to say opposition, but it feels like opposition, but there's, two interests, administration, faculty, but we're both trying to achieve the same thing, which is make this college the greatest college in the world. Now, one of the secrets to achieving greatness is unity together, because the world has designs on you. Your children have designs on you. My daughter has a design on me. My ex has a design on me. I look at what's going on or what's happened in Ohio or in Florida, and the politicians have designs on the populace, voting and non-voting citizens, and what for UPS they have designs on their employees. Hollywood has designs on the writers and actors. And how are we able to overcome those who are more powerful than us? Well, one, we come together. And so I don't want to tell you what to do, but I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to trust you. And I'm going to work with you, and I'm going to listen to you. The second thing that I'm going to do to ensure our continued success together is I'm going to drop the ego. If you have a better idea than me, then that's what will move forward. What I love about our leadership team is absolutely the dream team, and it's even greater than the '92 Olympics dream team with Jordan, Johnson, etc.
we talk, we collaborate, we have a meeting scheduled for say an hour and a half and it's 2 hours, 2.5 hours, sorry, Cindy. And, you know, I share my ideas and maybe 5% of the time my idea moves forward, 95% of the time other ideas move forward. It's not just your union leadership who has a monopoly on the ideas, it's faculty. So I'd like to thank publicly Peter McLaughlin for his input and contributions. He gave a great talk to the union leadership after submitting some ideas. I'd like to thank Ken Schaefer for his discussions and concerns, and what he helped us to see as a union is that we do represent faculty. And even though there are cases where we have an option to move forward in the direction that we want to go, we actually have to ask you if that's the direction that we should go. And so I'd like to thank Ken Schaefer for reminding us of that. So now, with all that said, our greatest duty is to teach and serve these students in this upcoming fall semester. So I'd like to encourage all of us to, return to our passion in addition to working together to achieve the dreams that we have. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. Board members, faculty, classified administrators, supervisors, managers, confidential employees, and students, both here in the auditorium and listening on live stream. Michelle Hernandez, and I am the outgoing chair for CMSA Group, and I'd like to welcome you to the fall 2023 academic year. Each academic year, we start off with enthusiasm, high expectations, and hopes for a successful term. We look forward to our students engaging in the classroom and within the programs and services that are available to them. And as leaders on campus, we seek systems, processes, people, and policies that will eliminate barriers for our students so that they can participate fully and wholly in the academic endeavors in preparation for their careers and their future aspirations. This semester, as you can see, is off to an eventful start. It promises to be a time where we are able to continue to grow and develop as an institution and as a collaborative of individuals and departments. We band together, we strategize together, we plan together, we execute together, and we share in the victories as well as the defeats, learning together, and we do this all in the name of our students and in serving them. We are keeping students at the forefront of everything that we do, from our morning hello to the pushing of our sleeves to do the important work that we have to do day in and day out in service to our students and to the community. And we appreciate every effort. The extra time that you're taking with students, answering up just one more question, extending that warm handoff, your innovation and your creativity. You're meeting students where they are, and your care and concern for students who come to us as a whole and complex individual is appreciated. Thank you for sharing your expertise, but most of all, thank you for sharing your humanity and for creating a sense of belonging for each and every student that entrusts us with their education and their pathways to self-sufficiency, self-efficacy, and greater opportunities for themselves and their families. We appreciate you creating conditions that matter, environments of growth, and a culture of caring for our students. It has been an honor and privilege and my distinct pleasure to serve in my second term as a CMSA chair. I am the outgoing chair, and I'd like to welcome you one final time to opening day and to the new academic year. So students, be kind. Thank you. I would like to thank our Associate Dean Michelle Hernandez for many, many years of service to Antelope Valley College. accepted a promotion of position, I remember was the teaching. And maybe you can also open the with us, so let's bring us together.
Congratulations, Michelle. Good morning, Board of Trustees and honored guests. Welcome back to the energized opening day. I would like to give a shout out to my executive and negotiation team members, first Vice President Suzanne Olson, second Vice President Desiree Lee, President Janelle Paul Smithhurst, negotiation team member, Glenn Collins and Veronica Swarovski, grievance officers, and all those who stay in support of the union and all classified professionals. And I would like to give a special shout out to our CFC field representative and chief negotiator, Arian Johnson. And our CCE president, which is stands for Council of Classified Employees, AFT National Vice President, and Lawndale Local President, who was here in the audience today, Carl Williams. Now, I'm going to classify corn a bit. Long before there was a Caring Campus initiative here at Antelope Valley College, classified were spreading care to our students from enrollment to graduation. And the world learned during COVID that we, the classified, are essential workers. And get this, there's no stopping the classified. I give acknowledgement and thanks to Jason Bowen, Faculty Union President, and his team for teaming with us as we navigated negotiations and his continued commitment of building unity between our locals. There's no stopping him. Dr. Zealot's inspiring leadership approach put us on a path to moving from silos to embracing open dialogue and communication, and that must be acknowledged. And let me tell you something, there's no stopping her. Our team reached across the table, reached across the aisle, worked together and completed an historic negotiation session. Now, I'm not one to sugarcoat things, so I won't. It was not all hearts and flowers. There were challenges and some remain. However, in the toughest of disagreements, we embraced our differences and worked to solutions. We were not stopped. Did any of you ever think in the history of this college that we see a 13% salary increase? And I'm happy to say the 9-year PERB charge for classified has been settled and the faculty settlement is in the works. We can't be stopped. The next phase requires all of us and includes everyone serving our campus to remove the barriers our students face and statewide equity gaps, allowing all students, no matter the obstacle, to succeed in reaching their educational goals and enhancing their future. They won't be stopped. Now, please listen carefully to what I'm about to say. This is important. In the words of a panel of well-respected leaders, they said something that deeply resonated with me, and I hope it will you. If equity and inclusion is not at all levels, then it's just a performance. Including some groups and not others is not equity. Let me repeat that. If equity and inclusion is not at all levels, then it's just a performance, and including some groups and not others is not equity. For the benefit of our students, every group should be included at every level.
DEIA is not one group, race, ethnicity, gender, or one way of thinking. It's all inclusive and requires us to look at ourselves, to embrace our differences, acknowledge our personal biases, face them, and move forward. Can we do that? Because Deputy Chancellor Daisy Gonzalez said DEIA is not going away. Now, here's the hard part: accountability on the part of each and every one of us. Are you willing to look inside yourself to support DEIA? If you think it does not involve you, or you can stay as you are, then the work begins with you. If you are intent on giving preference to those who look like you or who are in your preferred group, the work begins with you. If you think you can get around or misapply DEIA the way affirmative action was skirted, only hiring and including select groups to the exclusion of others, then the work begins with you. We're going to stand together and embrace DEIA for our students, campus, and the community, because we're the game changers and nothing's going to stop us. Now, everyone, stand up. Get up. If you are with us, turn to your neighbor on your right and say, "I'm with you." Turn to your neighbor on your left and say, "There's no stopping us." Because there ain't no stopping us now. Let's keep the momentum going. Thank you, everyone, and have a good afternoon.
I appreciate that. Cindy Littlefield. Hi, Cindy. Welcome to the stage. Come on up. Cindy Littlefield is responsible, as I said earlier, for the choreography. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for everything.
And I have to say, if you ever want to know what a master teacher is, look at her, because she had a class full of people who thought they were the teachers. And so, and so I said, okay, all the type A's become type B's. She's the teacher, so thank you so much.
Okay. Please welcome back to the stage our President Superintendent for the presentation of the President's Service Award.
This is such an exciting time. The service award, we've done a lot of fun things this year. You got caught doing something good. We've done a lot of the 52 Things project, one random. I was so excited. The purpose of the President's Service Award is here, recognizing employees who demonstrate commitment and exemplary service to students, the college, and the community. We did a call out, and I can't tell you how many, I honestly can't tell you how many nominations we got. And the executive team got together. We wanted to have like a real conversation. And I know in the past it's been one award, but there are so many people doing so many good things.
This year and probably in perpetuity, we'll be having one for faculty and for classified professionals. So I would like to call Kai Steve to the stage. Okay. Thank you. He hired in July of 2016, and she's a program specialist for student equity. On the spot. This is what the file says, and this comes directly from the nomination. Over the past 7 years, Tyson has been a beacon of light on the AVC campus. She started as a student worker, moved into a short-term hourly position, and soon became a full-time classified employee. She's a program specialist within the student equity department, is a leader in her department, and always acts with grace and poise. Yeah. Runs the Garden Scholars Program along with the Book Health Program in an efficient and reliable manner, and has successfully created an environment where students feel included and valued on this campus. Ty always has a warm smile, lends a helping hand to fellow employees, and she always has a positive approach to collaboration. She encourages her teammates and exemplifies a caring nature that uplifts our college environment. Let's congratulate her one more time. So just so everyone knows, there's a plaque and then an identical plaque will hang in the lobby of the district administration building, and there's an honorarium of $500. Now, I would like to present Alberto Mendoza Gonzalez. Philosophy program that currently serves as chair of the social science department. Exceptionally collegial and friendly to all, meeting with students and inspiring to excellence, Alberto exceeds expectations. He is frequently seen consulting with colleagues and encouraging them to enhance the quality of instruction in multiple modalities. Alberto fulfilled many responsibilities, including guided pathways, faculty co-chair, Rock Club, Alpha Iota, AVCFT leadership and negotiation, data coaching, student recruitment events, curriculum development, the Arts and Humanities Festival. He is also served as a representative on the Academic Senate, as well as on the Academic Policies and Procedures Committee. Professor Mendoza Gonzalez demonstrated great commitment to students, all faculty and classified professionals, and the community. Alberto is the epitome of excellence, dedication, and commitment.
Quickly, thank you, Phil, for students, right, for this community. You know, I live in this community, my wife lives in this community, so it's a way to give back, and that's good for everything it's done. Right, so thank you for those who thought of me, thank you for the kind words.
the allegiance speech is somewhat difficult to use in that area. Thank you so much for the order. Thank you.
Thank you to everyone who's been nominated. We have so many talented people with servant hearts, and I am blessed to be serving alongside you. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations to both Kai and Alta.
My notes. Please, welcome to the stage for Cary campus presentation. So literally, Melissa Chavez, Marcela Corona, and Sam Garvey. There we go, there we go. Who's clicking? Who's clicking?
Oh my gosh, that was beautiful. I mean, that's just, both of them well deserved, a great example of serving our students, being kind, and making our students feel welcome. So another round of applause for them. So hello, everybody. My name is Lisa O'Leary. I'm a coordinator at the foundation. I'm also a first generation college graduate. I'm a product of the community college system proudly. And I'm also the co-chair of the Caring Campus Committee. And our group is going to tell you a little bit more about what Caring Campus is. So on the day, of course, we're going to tell you a little bit more about Caring Campus, how Caring Campus came to AVC, the benefits of Caring Campus, and the 5 behavioral commitments that support Caring Campus, and of course, our implementation plan. So, what is Caring Campus? I got shirts, these beautiful shirts that say Caring Campus and flag. What Caring Campus is about creating a nurturing and welcoming culture, about engaging all professionals that are inside and outside the classroom, support student success. And it's about connecting professionals with one another and with other encouraged groups to create a positive college environment. It's about breaking down those silos, connecting with each other so that we can better serve our students. And also about enhancing collaborative opportunities for connection, information exchange, and support in and outside the classroom. And most importantly, what it all comes down to is improving student retention and success. We want our students to stay, we want them to be successful. That's the goal. So how does campus come to AVC? Well, during our environmental exam, it was determined that based on the exam, we need a little bit of a culture shift. We need to improve what we're doing on campus. Make our students feel more welcome so that they are more successful. This is included also in the quality focus essay. And Caring Campus comes from IEVC, and IEVC is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping education stakeholders, like many colleges, use coaching, collaboration, and data to make informed decisions and solutions to increase student success. And of course, this supports the AVC Serves. It also supports the President's initiative of Serve Students and Be Kind. And AVC actually did a study that students come where they feel welcomed and where they're cared for. It's really intimidating coming on this campus sometimes. We want them to know that they are a part of this community, that they are welcomed and they are cared for. And often students leave because they don't know where they belong. They don't feel connected. They don't feel part of the community. We want to change that. We want to improve that. And you'll see in the statistics, and we'll have the study available on our webpage as well. But there is a study on a campus that actually implemented Caring Campus, and you can see across the board, persistence increased. Now, I'm going to pass over the mic, and you're going to hear a little bit about the why.
Buenos días, good morning. My name is Mike Darby, also known as Sam. So as we saw with that previous slide, we grow and thrive where we are cared for. Same is true for our students as it is for us, the employees. Now, the first day that we gathered to start the Caring Campus work, the echoes in the room were of great experience, great stories of the classified folks' experiences here at AVC. And they tether that to their why they chose AVC as their home. People remember how you make them feel. So I'm going to share with you a little snippet of my personal story. So I'm a first gen squatter. I'll unpack that for you. I'm a first generation to be born in the US, the first in my family. I am the first generation to attend college, also the first in my family. Growing up, my mother would say, saca tu carrera, which translates to say, take out your career, as if you could walk up to a kiosk and it could like spit it out for you, and next thing you know, you're making a ton of money from whatever you chose. And I recall when I first started back in 2008. So picture this with me, a little less construction. There's a building standing where there's cement being poured this morning. There were youthful trees surrounding the area. And when I first walked into the student service building, I was overwhelmed. I didn't know the process. I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. And there were lines, and I chose the line that was the longest because it made sense, right? Everybody's obviously in that line for a reason. So I started there. And even though I was competing with the line, the person at the counter helped me, and then they gave me a clue. And then that clue led me to another clue that led me to, I was just on this quest to succeed through the matriculation process. And after speaking with financial aid, they told me about work study. And I needed a job. So there I go to Job Placement Center. And I wasn't competing against any lines there. And they always greeted me so warmly. They answered all my questions, and I had all of them. Share that information with me, but they gave me a VIP exclusive access of guiding me to all these various offices and getting connected to the resources that I needed desperately as a student. I joined EOPS, I joined STAR, I had amazing counselors that honestly and truly, they were mentors. One of my counselors was a father figure to me. So that's on the student services side. Let's talk about the action in the classroom. I grew up in a very traditional religious method. So many things you didn't know. The boundaries of what I had understood, what I had been raised to understand, were pushed. The framework in my mind was demolished. I was rebuilding everything. And dare I say, I learned how to become a critical thinker. And I actually recall one of the faculty members, I mean, so much passion for this subject. I was like, I didn't know if this is a thing. And not only was she super passionate about the subject she taught, she also shared with the class that she was working on her doctorate. I knew about doctors with lab coats, right, that helped you in the medical field. I didn't understand that, you know, women could get doctorate degrees and teach. That was new to me. And the subject was anthropology, so I think you know who I'm talking about. And But I was just completely blown away. That was the first example of a woman that I saw up close and personal. Love what she was doing. I felt with homelessness, food insecurity. I actually snuck into the gym to shower right before intercession. And I found out a little too late, they don't turn the hot water on. And then I got caught, and then it was like a whole thing, and but that's why I don't like to talk about intercession. So, so many, I just felt like a really hard season for what felt like an eternity. And 7 years after being the primary caretaker for my father, he passed. And then my academic journey stopped, the work full time. And then I lost a child. And I knew I needed something different. So I applied here because I remembered how this institution made me feel. And I get to work alongside you, my colleagues, my supervisors. I see that you're in the room. You've been mentors. So much has been a gift to me. I've learned so much that, it's for my personal and professional life. I mean, my gift back to you is dealing with my craziness. I don't know, but I'm just so absolutely grateful. And sometimes it's the simplest things, like reaching out, that make a world of difference to somebody. And during that, one of the seasons of my depression, after my father had had a heart attack, after he had broken his hip and undergone surgery, I was in an English class. And if you all didn't know that there's like an invisible parentheses assistant therapist next to your job, that's exactly what we're here to do, right? And so I wrote this essay, and me estaba ahogando. I was drowning in my world at the time, and this essay was titled "The Unveiling of My Heart." The day was dark, you probably find, and my professor had called conferences to discuss the papers with the whole class. I was mortified. I wrote it, but didn't consider beyond that. And we met, we talked about the things you're supposed to talk to your English professor about. And then we got into the content. And to say that I was mortified is an understatement. But what that faculty member did that same day is send me a message. And in that message, he essentially gave me hope. And I think that is the reason why I decided to make higher ed my lifelong career. And it's taken me a while to come to that, but this note, I've carried it on my person, and it's been 11 years. It actually resides on the back of my badge. Simple thing. He just reached out. He just let me know that he saw me and that I could still do something, even if I was depressed, even if my world was up. So
In a few moments, we're going to learn about the 5 behavioral commitments, and they might seem simple, but their impact is profound. We are all doing good work. I'm an example of that. Yo soy el ejemplo. And Caring Campus is just a home for all the students. Thank you all. Well, the good news is that they already happened. All right. So good morning, everybody. My name is Melissa Chavez. I am the reporter for Caring Campus, and I'm also an administrative assistant for the Arts and Humanities Department. So if I were wearing boots this morning, I would definitely be shaking in them because I do not know how to follow that story up. It's beautiful, it's vulnerable. If I could suggest, if you ever have the opportunity, please ask them to give you more details because it's extraordinary and it'll leave you inspired. So if you're anything like me, then you're identified with one of the two people in her story. You're either identifying as the student and you're probably like, wow, I really wish I would have had that kind of support when I was a student. Or maybe you're identifying as a student that had that kind of support and you're like, damn, I can totally relate. I know people that have walked me through this process. The second type of person, you're probably identifying as one of the professors, the faculty, right? As one of the staff, one of those scenes. And you're probably like, I know for sure I want to go and beyond for one of my students in that way. If you relate to that, congratulations, please keep it up. Now, some of us may be looking back and thinking, I may have lost an opportunity to be that person for my student. Whatever the case may be, today Caring Campus is kicking off with the intention of replicating Sam's story, for us to be able to show students that we care, right? And so some of you may be wondering, wait a minute, Melissa, that's way too daunting. If we got to student services, not my job. But today is actually what we desire to do, and our goal is to give you the empowerment to be able to do this in 5 simple behavioral commitments. So before I go into the first one, be proud of me, I remember. Before I go into the first one, I'm gonna ask you to turn to whoever's on your left or to your right and simply say, hi. Great job, I love it. So by doing that, you literally just completed the first behavioral commitment of Caring Campus, which is essentially the 10-fold rule. So the 10-fold rule states is that whoever's in your vicinity, whoever's approaching you, you just simply say hi. I can guarantee you the consensus that we have as a community, where we're like so excited that we actually said hi to somebody else, and guess what? They smiled back. And like people are going to reject us, so people are actually creating that human connection. So before I move on to the second behavioral commitment, what I'm going to ask you to do is, you can say it towards the stage, or you can say it to the person that you just said hi to. Say, my name is, and then say your name at the count of 3, okay? 1, 2, 3. I hear a lot of laughter, I love it. So that's the second behavioral commitment, identifying yourself. So this morning when you received the fabulous t-shirts, they were wrapped in a lanyard. I see some of you already the t-shirt, I love it, keep that up. So the purpose of that lanyard is for you to be able to identify yourself to our students. You know, now when you say hi, you're not going to be like, who is this person saying hi to me? That lanyard is going to tell them, hey, I'm an ambassador of AVC, I work here, I'm here to help you. So that essentially is opening the door for you to be able to have a conversation with the students. Now, the third one, I'm not going to have you do anything for this one, don't worry, is cross-departmental awareness. So in where we come story, we hear the need of basic needs, right? And so one of the things that we love about our Caring Campus is that we try to bring awareness of what other departments are doing, what other organizations are doing, because we're not existing to create something new, we're existing to be able to enhance. So as part of the basic needs, for example, knowing where that is housed, then now we become a resource for our students. I know that Sam's gonna throw something at me from the back, but one of my favorite ways for us to be able to find that website on our webpage, I love Google, okay, I love it. So what I do is I simply type in ABC basic needs, and that should be the first thing that pops up. And guess what? If you're able to direct students towards that, they know Google, they know how to type, they know how to search, and all of a sudden they have exactly what they need. If you arm yourself for the first day of school with that, you've already helped change the trajectory of a student's needs and life. Now, for the first one, this is the last thing I'm gonna have you do. Raise your hand if you introduced somebody to anybody today or the last week. Look at all those hands going up. That's phenomenal. So what you just did is warm referrals. Now, warm referrals is more than an introduction, it's actually a connection. So now that you've introduced people, this is how this person can help you, this is their need. So in the Cheetah Hall, we have a clerical assistant as part of the arts and humanities department. Her name is Jamie Macmillan, and she's absolutely phenomenal. She's so observant that when she hears students walking down the hall, just by the way that she hears them walking, she already knows what they need. She already knows they're lost. She already knows these things, right? So she approaches them and she's like, hey, can we help you? 9 times out of 10, the students are in the wrong building, because if you know about anything about your Cheetah, you're going there with purpose, right? So it would be beneficial for us to say, oh, you're looking for counseling, you're in the wrong building, you need to go to SSP. That's adequate. We pointed them in the right direction. But the concept of a warm referral is, you know what, before you head over there, let me call them and see if you have everything that you need so that you don't waste your time. So right away, we call Mesa in counseling, right? And she's part of the caring campus committee as well. Hey, Mesa, I have the student that's here, they're lost, they're overwhelmed, is there anything that we can do for them today? Right away, she's like, you know what, this is what they need, this is how we can help. If not today, I can make an appointment for them. So now we have this network, and now the student knows that they're being seen, protected, and cared for. Now, the last behavioral commitment is the one that we're really the most amped about right now. And that is the first week greetings. So throughout the next week, where you're gonna, in partnership actually with FYE and SYE, Caring Campus has created these hotspots. And in these hotspots, what you're gonna see is different information tables throughout campus where students tend to visit the most during the first week. And so you're gonna see different classified staff, other type of staff, sitting at those tables just there, waiting for students to come and approach them, obviously exercising the 10-foot rule, we're not gonna fail that test, but just making ourselves available to students. So, how do we get here? Some of you may have already heard about Caring Campus, some of you may, this is the first time that you hear about it, but we wanna kind of just take you through the journey of what it's been like in the past few months. So first, Caring Campus, we had a meeting with the leader, well, not we, the leadership had a meeting, and they were presented with the idea of Caring Campus and they backed it up. After that, they volunteered some other staff and created a Caring Campus committee. Now that committee met with a representative of a Caring Campus general program. So Caring Campus is a general program, but we've made it our own. We brought it into AVC and say, how can we apply this to our students? How can we make it specific for our students? So with that, we created, we went to a joint session where it was with some of the leaders on campus and the committee members. And then from there, we created our working groups where we started masterminding what the steps that we could take, things that we can do in order for us to come alongside different programs, different departments to be able to just bring in that collaboration. And lastly, what we're aiming for is institutionalization. I practiced that word so many times. And sustainability. I'm Salvadoran, that's my first language, Spanish, so I'm sorry. So in doing that, our hope is that this program can send myself, the other leaders, because caring for students will never go out of style. That need will never go away. And serving each other, serving our colleagues, serving our students is also should never stop being a culture of our campus. So as we continue on, now I'm gonna introduce our chair of Caring Campus so that she can give you a little bit more details on what we are and what we've been. Good morning. It's so beautiful to see everybody here this morning. It is with immense pleasure that I stand here as the chairperson of the Caring Campus Committee. We've heard the foundations of Caring Campus, but one of the most intriguing aspects of the program of the initiative is that it was intended to include staff that normally do not participate in the student success efforts. Caring Campus offers a unique committee as it is led by classified AVC's classified professionals. As chairperson, I can say that I'm not a leader in the sense that I don't have a master's degree in leadership or in administration. However, when I landed this role, I landed among the stars of AVC. Your Caring Campus classified professionals are a diverse group of people with a spectrum of professional skill sets that harness the power that will personify the Caring Campus Foundation across campus. While this is our Caring Campus kickoff day, before we truly begin to permeate the campus, the committee's next steps are to take our implementation plans to leadership and then to the AVC board. Today has been paved by countless meticulous steps cared for by the committee, but it is important that we take the opportunity to thank the others that have supported the initiative from beginning to end. We would like to begin by saying thank you to the committee members, direct supervisors who supported by allowing the time to participate in the committee. Our superintendent president, Jennifer Select, thank you for your support. Our advisor, Dr. Mita Gold, who divides her time between us and so many other tasks. And then, of course, the interim director, Vanessa Escobar. She was the most significant resource, absolutely, she does deserve this. Interim Director of Equity, Vanessa Escobar. She was the most significant resource for our implementation strategy. And of course, the ones who readily stand by to assist, Patty McClure and Julian Kelly. Finally, if you are a member of the Caring Campus Committee, I ask that you stand. Are you here with us today? Thank you. By bringing Caring Campus to colleges, research demonstrates that achievement gaps are being closed dramatically, and it all begins with us. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to propel this initiative to reach new heights of student success. We are Caring Campus. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Couple of housekeeping items. Mrs. McClure, wherever she went. To collect your baskets at the end of the day, if you were in the room, Masters, please raise your hand. Come see Nancy Masters, she will help you out. If you're not, you can contact her in her office, you collect your baskets. Speaking of baskets, your voices have been heard. The votes have been counted. Nate, you've been voted out of office. You're not getting your own baskets. Nate, I warned you about handling me. No more basket for you. I told you to Rick. Okay, it's time to take a 10-minute break. 5-hour break, go get a donut, go get a drink, go get a do. I will warn you as standing outside, because the first thing we'll come back and do is raffle off more baskets. You hear my voice outside, I'll give you a countdown when we get near. So the break, see you shortly. And for those of you who are clock punching, we're going to be meeting 10 to 10. 10 a.m. Maybe we're wrong. If you want to talk more, that's okay. 10 will come out. This is the 5 minute warning. Taken it out. Putting the warning. Putting the warning. Clock will stop. We'll take a commercial break. 2 minute warning. I don't do this football as much as I do. Yes, all you can take your basket now. If you want to basket, yes, you can take it. Yes, no. You will go to Lucky Island. It's an anti-masters and a pattern for. Rapid was about to begin. Please make your way back into the theater. You actually go and tell you that this is where we're going to begin with you in front of the house. You're not even doing one in the basket, one to you one. Please make your way back into the theater. Program basket is what? Question basket, like a missile, peach basket, is well, army cheese basket, B, that's right. Everybody, and right. Okay, that's it. Don't anybody right wide. Roll to the window. Congratulations. Make sure you see like you have it. Please start. Thank you very much. Oh, congratulations. Keep faster. I mean, please, something to eat, or fries, I mean. Anybody fries? They not okay. Congratulations. And so you see how you. You bad. Evan, congratulations. Okay. Good one. Please welcome to the stage, Carlos Pinhole, the safety moment.
I am this one, and we were asked to do a quick safety presentation. This will take about 10 minutes. But I always encourage people the first day of class have that conversation with the students. So I'm going to go from Benjamin Franklin, and I'm presenting the work here. Obviously, you need a public law, maybe explaining the fact that we do that tight, it would get hit by lightning. But we always have to prepare for the worst case scenario, prepare for the worst, hope for the best. And so today, Deputy Warner and Cadet Thorough, they're going to kind of share some ideas with you, but I just wanted to talk to you about the fact that if you don't practice, you're probably going to panic. There are also some emergency vehicles that are going to occur this semester from earthquake preparedness to active shooters. At the beginning of the semester is the most important communication with your students the first day of class. It can be as simple as, hey, if there is an earthquake, we're going to go right on that door, and we're going to meet in the parking lot. There is a safety plan. And again, the deputies can talk about some of the different ways that campus safety can actually serve students so they can feel safe. Obviously, if safety is a concern, it's a distraction, right? We want students to feel comfortable, safe, so they can thrive in your class and also feel safe on campus. So, what's the goal?
Hi, my name is Deputy Andres Corrado. I'm from Lancaster Sheriff Station. I'm one of 3 deputies that's assigned here. And we also have right now 14 SOs or 14 cadets. And then we also have 11 SOs, security officers. They're the ones that wear the white and the green pants. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to run some stuff by you guys, and that way you guys are aware of, you know, why we're here, what we do, and our services. So the first one, you know, if you guys see something, you know, say something, right? All of us, the phone number is right there. That's actually, that number is specifically right to our station that we have here. And, you know, the reason that's very important is that it's available to you guys when you guys are on campus. And it's just fast, right? Rather than waiting for Lancaster Sheriff Station and going through all the dispatch and waiting through all that, you guys can call up and, hey, we got something on campus. There's a student that wants to talk to us. You know, something, even if it's mental health related, they can call us. We have our med team that we can call right away, and we can get them services and help. And I know that you guys also have, you know, those resources available here on campus, but, you know, we can also provide further help, you know, to that. And, you know, even if by some chance there's something that you're like, you know what, I'm you know, late here working and you need an escort to the car, just call us. We'll have either a cadet or one of our SOs or even me. I'll escort you to the car. You're good to go. And you know, you guys are very lucky that you guys get that because it's just available to you guys in this campus. You know, nobody else gets that. And even faculty, right? If you guys forget your key, you guys can call us, either me and the architect or do it. Of course, right? That's like last resort, right? It's not something that, but yeah, so. And then that number right there, it's very important, right? Because the time that's spent from, like, let's say you call 911 and it goes routed, it goes to either the fire department or it'll go to the sheriff's station. That 4444 number goes right into our station. So you dial that from any AVC phone landline, you dial that and you'll get us and you'll get, you know, a deputy and that's all. And the thing is, if we already know, like, hey, we got somebody down, somebody had a heart attack or something, we already have fire department rolling. We were able to, we can do it just by our communications. So that number is very important rather than 911, because I don't want, you know, it'll take a minute by the time, and then we're here and then we hear the sirens and then we see fire department coming in, we're like, what? Like, we don't know what's going on. So it's just, you know, trying to get there fast, right? You guys have us here, you know, get us there quick, right? That way we can either provide aid ourselves or we'll have the resources for you guys, you know, ASAP.
All right, so we don't have a short amount of time. And the reality is that your students may have a lot of needs outside the classroom. Maybe they're getting stalked by a jealous boyfriend, girlfriend, or what have you. Maybe they have issues that they don't know who to talk to. Well, having a positive connection here on campus, that they can talk to a deputy, even about an incident that's off campus, they want to make themselves available to you. The cadets that really express they care for students when students say, hey, I can't, you know, where is this? I'm lost. Well, these cadets, they say, hey, I'll walk you there. While they're walking and talking, they're building a relationship or rapport. So again, just the reality is that our campus safety staff is here to serve you in whatever capacity that is. And again, we hope you have a safe semester. Have that conversation the first day, going back to 444. I always tell my class, hey, if I fall out for any reason, that's probably never going to happen. But if I do, you know, get up here to this phone, call 4444, and campus safety will, you know, help all of them, all of us help. So all that being said, have a great semester, and we look forward to seeing one another on campus.
Thank you. For those who may have been indisposed, Ms. McClure would like me to reiterate again. On the basket, please see Nancy Master. Nancy, please raise your hand. If you're in the house, who's down here in the front row. If you're not, please contact her to pick up your basket. Time we're going to have the Vice President remarks. Please welcome to the stage Vice President Academic Affairs, Dr. Kathy McKee.
Just kidding. I didn't, wasn't clear today. I'm going to do a brief introduction and then we're going to have some of the vice presidents come on. Good job, Greg. When it's a group like that, it's probably my fault. I'll own all of that. So this last year was spent learning about AVC for me and learning about AVC, securing some easy wins that we could see improvements in our practices and working toward a shared vision and a set of goals. We're working on those things together. The time has been in virtual town halls and our think tanks that followed, as well as in our strategic planning sessions, have offered us much information to use as we chart our plans forward. In the fall of 22, the Strategic Planning Committee adopted AVC Serves as our strategic planning framework. This framework encompasses all that we do. We are meant to serve our students, serve our community, and serve each other. Serves stands for students, equity, resources, vision, education, and success. All of our strategic planning and work that we're embarking on fits into these categories and into this framework. Last year, we said serve students, be kind. This year, let's add on these two things. And thank you to Pamela Ford for foreshadowing. I think she's on my side, but sometimes we think alike, and I tell her that should scare her if she's thinking like me. But anyway, here's the two things. One, remove barriers. All of us, no matter what our function, can look around and see when there's a process or a procedure or something that puts a barrier in the way of students. We have the agency to remove those barriers and ease a student's path into education and success. So let's talk about removing barriers. Let's do more than talk about it. Let's do it, right? In the words of Yoda, there is no try, only do or do not. Let's do. Second, eradicate disproportionate impact gaps. Sometimes people talk about decreasing. I don't want to decrease anything. I don't want disproportionate impact gaps on the campus where I serve. And I don't think you do either. Because what that means, what a disproportionate impact gap is when we look at our demographic breakdowns, no matter what metric we're looking at, whether it be enrollment, persistence, success, completion, if there is any group that we disaggregate that is 7% or more apart from the leading groups in that metric, they are disproportionately affected and impacted. And usually when that word is used, it's not in a positive context. So when we look at Antelope Valley College, we can see, you'll see some data in a moment that shows that we actually look like a lot of other colleges, which tells you there is something structural about higher education. There is something structural about higher education that disenfranchises certain groups of people. If that were not true, we wouldn't be able to talk about national norms of disproportionately impacted students. So what does that mean? I'm gonna tell you something. I have a big, hairy, audacious goal. Have you guys heard of those? Big, hairy, audacious goals. Like, people think they're absurd. Why are you even thinking that? This is it. I want Antelope Valley College to be a place where your demography, right? White female, PhD, age X, blah, 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 married with 2 children, all those demographic factors, where your demography does not dictate your destiny. Thank you. I want this place to be a place where when a student enters the classroom, we can't look at that student and say, you have X% of persisting. You have X% of succeeding. I want all of our students, and I know you want this too, or you wouldn't be in this profession. I want all of our students to have the same opportunity, the same possibility, and to be looked at as individuals for the human worth that they innately possess. So, when we talk about removing barriers, that's going to be the first step to achieving our big, hairy, audacious goal. How are we going to get the rest of the way? Did you know Antelope Valley College is one of 10 colleges, 10 community colleges in the whole nation selected by Achieving the Dream to participate in a 3-year program to establish and achieve equitable learning outcomes? One of 10 in all of the United States. That should make you feel good. What that means is they looked at us and they saw not only a demographic of students who need us to do this work, but they saw a group of people who are willing and able and determined to achieve this goal. So when we think about all of this, when we think about how, life's not a dress rehearsal, we got one shot at this, guys. We got one shot at fall 2023. Let's remove barriers. Let's make sure that everything we do is pointed to our big, hairy, audacious goal of eradicating impact gaps on our campus. That's where I would like for us to go. In the next few minutes, some of our executive council will be presenting to you about different aspects of campus that we want to highlight. Before I call on the next person, I English major metaphors, right? When I came in today, I saw 5 massive cement trucks pulling in, beginning to pour the foundation at Cedar Hall. What are we doing in this room this morning? We are pouring the foundation for fall of 2023 and forward. So all of y'all in the cement truck, let's start pouring. Let's start pouring. Thank you for listening. And now I would like Dr. Mita Goel to come take the microphone.
Hi, everybody. So what you see up there is one of our public dashboards, our fall 2023 student profile, created by Dr. Svetlana DePlaza through IRP. And if you go to our website, if you haven't already done so, and click on I in the A to B menu, find institutional research effectiveness and planning. On the left will be dashboard. So be one of the things. And if you click on that, you will have access to more dashboards than you probably want ever in your life. So do that and check out our data. And as you can see here, we're up about 10%. And this is a couple earlier in the week, but we continue to be up. And in FDS and headcount, it looks good. We still have a few more days to go. And as we know our students, right, there's only more registering in the next couple of days. And so the hope is, my hopes are high that we're going to come close to our typical fall, which is 14,000 headcount and about 4,500 FTEs. So we're already above, I know this doesn't reflect it, but the little thing on the lower left, we're already up above census last year. So good things are happening. And you can see our students lean towards the younger. The average age is 24, and part-timers, the majority, almost 70% are part-time. And we have gone from offering about 5 to 6% online classes to 30%. So that's been a big shift for the college. Accreditation. So how many of you were here in 2016? Ooh, more than I would have thought. Well, good. So good times, right? Well, so what has happened since then is in February 17, we got reaffirmed for 7 years. And then on February 21st, we started preparing for this next visit in fall 2023. But in between, we didn't do nothing, obviously, teaching and learning, everything went on. But we did have a midterm report due in fall 2020 that responded to recommendations from the 2016 accreditation. So we got trained and around February 2021, the board, the leadership, and then college folks that help with the standard teams. There are 4 standards, as you know, and they kept on going. And if you can make out the little hill on the right there, that's what it felt like much of the time. And if you really look at that slide when PowerPoint, they're connecting lines to all of that, and it was like that, connecting the dots and really persevering. So I'm very grateful to all those who helped and worked on those teams. And then the peer review team, so we submitted that in December 22. And the peer review team, the new procedure for ACCJC is that they provide some formative feedback on our ICER. And we received that, and what they said was the college meets the standards unequivocally. And and that the new president was building relationships with the institution, as we heard this morning. Trust was being developed in a very short amount of time. That was apparent to them from our ICER. And so then what the core inquiries are, they said are not recommendations, but requests for more information. And so the 5 areas that they want more information on that we have to provide by September 1st are our bachelor's degree, correspondence program. We don't have a correspondence program, so that one will be easy to respond to. I'm kidding. EO plan, the new one, they want more information about that. Our long range capital plans, how we develop them. And then the final thing is the evaluation process of personnel. Is it systematic? Is there opportunity for improvement? And so then the next steps are that they're going to come by and visit us on the 18th and 19th of September. So be on the lookout for town halls and when they tell us what they think before they leave us. And then they'll send us a report, and then we'll be hopefully reaffirmed again in by February 2024. And next up is Dr. Kathy Becky, and our new VPAA of Academic Affairs.
Good morning, everyone. How's it going? Wonderful. Good. How is it for a dance and 2 introductions for an introduction? Thank you all for being here. I am really thrilled to be joining the AVC team. It's such an honor, and I want to welcome you all back. I hope you had a good summer. I know some of you are already here, have been here, been teaching summer classes, but the people who had the chance to take a break and get away, and I hope you're feeling well and refreshed and ready to take on the fall. In listening to Dr. Zeller and our board of trustee, I picked up on the theme or I'm reminded of the theme of making choices. And in academic affairs, these are some of the things that we're going to be focusing on in the coming weeks and months. Intentional scheduling, for example, and this can cover a lot of things. For example, I know in the past, our distance education offerings were about 10% now, they are at 35%. We're going to have conversations with faculty on what's a good, good percent. What are some opportunities for us to accommodate student demand where appropriate, again, in the right disciplines and right times. But again, that's just one piece of it. Equity is a huge variable, especially, the president stated a minute ago that we have a big, hairy, audacious goal of eradicating, disproportionate impacts. And so I see the work of the equity teams and guided pathways are all parts of that effort that is going to get us to close the equity gaps. And we must foster a culture of inclusion where we listen to each other's points of view, we're patient, we're inclusive, because ultimately that is going to enrich the student experience, the learning experience. We're going to work across campus to create a collaborative environment where we engage each other, and no matter, it doesn't matter, you can lead and you can impact people from any seat. Obviously, with the faculty development, the faculty is where the rubber hits the road with regards to student success and student retention and student learning. So the faculty play a very central core role to getting the students here, because the word gets out, how well our programs are doing and how excellent our teachers are. And so we want to bring the students on, and we want to hold on to them. Retention, ladies and gentlemen, is half the battle. I'm sure some of you know, typically, I'm talking about the typical community colleges, 50% of the students who come in fall don't come in spring. And so let's think about that and see what we can do. Maybe we can use the more robustly the learning center, more tutoring. We can look at the barriers, remove the barriers. My job is to help figure out how to remove the barriers so you can do your job, to your satisfaction. And communication and transparency, we can't work without having trust and transparency and continuous communications, and I'm always open for feedback. So please know that you can rely on that. Next slide, please. So you probably saw these numbers through Mita. This is just comparing a full-time equivalent student numbers fall to fall, because you all know that pattern is changed. And so I'm pleased to say that we are seeing an increase. Our goal ultimately is to get back to pre-pandemic. And I know that's a spread goal, it's a tough task ahead of us. But going back to the theme of choice, we can choose to be brave, we can choose to be tenacious, persistent, and overcome any challenges before us. We're in it for the long haul, and I know we can do this together. With that, I want to say thank you, everybody, and I look forward to seeing more of you in the coming weeks and days on campus and working on committees. Have a great rest of the day. I want to introduce Vice President Shami.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Shami Barr, Vice President of Administrative Services. I'm going to give an update. What's that? Don't run down. I love that, you guys. Oh, God. Hey, you guys. There they are, you guys. So I'm going to start with an update on our facilities, our capital projects. You guys have seen all the cement trucks pouring the foundation. Cedar Hall work is well underway. It's going great. It's on schedule. That's going to be a 65,000 square foot building. It's going to house faculty offices. It's going to have classrooms. It's going to have our new boardroom. So that project is expected to be completed in March of 25. And in art gallery, thank you. So that's going to be our next upcoming project, and obviously that'll make a huge difference on our campus, especially with instructional space. After that, we're still working with the architects, but the next project, and we're really excited about this project. In fact, we just met with the architects yesterday, is the Commons, and that'll be our new student life building. 47,000 square foot single story building. It's going to have a cafeteria, full kitchen, banquet hall, ASO offices, student life spaces, really a whole lot of offerings for our students in our community there. Thank you. And we're very thankful to the board and helping us to help us fit that in the plans with Measure AV funds. So that'll be a really great addition to the campus. The final project that we have with Measure AV that's not quite as certain as the gym reno. We had budgeted this project, and initially it was budgeted for less than $20 million. That project, due to increased construction costs, came in much higher than that initial budgetary estimate. We are working with the Chancellor's office to get that, to get additional funding and get that project underway. We are hoping to have an update there shortly. In the interim, we're going to continue to use that gym facility. Okay. And with those three projects, after that is completed, we expect to close out Measure AV. And then moving on to our finances. The governor gave us an 8.22% COLA this year, okay, a huge COLA, a huge help for our institution and our organization. It really allowed us to achieve a lot of our objectives, and we're very happy for that, okay, just a lot of good funding came our way. With the enrollment challenges that we had, we needed this, and the state delivered. They did, however, reduce our scheduled maintenance dollars that they had allocated last year. So there was a reduction to that pot of funds. Student housing was something that was also offered. Institutions applied, we've applied for it the last 2 rounds. We were not selected as a finalist, but a 3rd round has opened and we are applying for that as well. If we do get funded through that as a grant, we do have the 30 acres that we recently purchased, and that is where we plan to build that. So we're still working on that. That'll be awesome. And then finally, the budget offered some flexibility with some of our restricted programs. We had a COVID recovery block grant. We had the enrollment outreach fund and some other funds that where we could use them for the other purposes. So we have some additional flexibility to help with our planning there. So we're planning on doing that, on utilizing those funds, maybe using some of those outreach funds, using some of that scheduled maintenance to get a lot of those buildings that haven't been serviced in quite a while serviced and get them up to standard for our students. And then what does this state budget mean for AVC? In the tentative budget, we had expected a beginning fund balance of 56.4 million. Total revenue with that 8.22% COLA was expected to be 105.3 million. Total expenditures, 91 million, leaving a huge surplus, right? And that surplus is largely because we have a lot of vacancies and COVID really altered the way we do business, right? So we got this additional funding, tremendous amount of vacancies, additional cost savings because we're able to utilize PER funds for a lot of stuff that we needed to get done. So the general fund really saw savings there. That allowed us to build up that balance. That is why we were able to settle the negotiations the way we were able to do so as well, right? Ending fund balance was projected to be 70 million. The surplus prior to settling negotiations was projected to be 13.6 million. The impact of the settlement of the bargaining agreements for fiscal year 22, 23, 23, 24, not 24, 25, just 22, 23, 23, 24 is 17.9 million. I include that because that's going to likely, you'll see that reflected in the new ending fund budget. With assignments of 30.7 million, those are commitments. That leaves a projected unassigned ending fund balance of 21 million and a reserve of 22.5%, which is above our 17% required. We're in good shape fiscally. We want to stay that way. Of course, as you all know, the biggest issue is enrollment. Right? We are significantly below where we were, and I know we're all working hard to get those numbers up, get those students back. With that, thank you all very much. I'm going to introduce Vice President of Student Services, Donnie Cabral.
Is it morning still? Good morning, is it noon? I don't even know. Good morning, everyone. My name is Idania Cabron, and I am the Vice President of Student Services. It's a pleasure to be here today. I'm very glad to see you all. I want to thank, on behalf of Student Services, again, big shout out to Mr. Hernandez for all the years of dedication to this institution and her leadership. Not only student government, Interpark Council, SYE, Veteran Affairs, and you name it, any other project or work with Puente, it's been instrumental, and she will be missed. So we were going to definitely wish her the best of luck, and we'll be in touch. There'll be bigger things for her ahead. So it is here today that I gather and stand before you with to talk a little bit about some highlights of student services. I'm gonna put on my glasses because even though the bold is big,
Anyway, so I want to say, and I have a lot of gratitude for the hard work and dedication a team provides to serve our students. Can you please join me in applauding the folks in student services from Lancaster and Palmdale, the counselors, the student workers, the mentors, the managers, directors, the safety team. I mean, they've been working really hard to enroll our students and to increase enrollment, as Sean had mentioned. These leaders are helping, and they are the front lines to helping students complete their enrollment process. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for all that you do. And I know that some of the folks in student services are not here today because they're open today all day till 4 p.m. trying to serve our students and enroll them in. So a big applause to them for really being there at the front line to continue to increase our enrollments. Over the past 5 months that I've been here, I've had the honor of working with our team to plan, strategize, and collaborate on recruitment strategies and matriculate students to enroll students at AVC. And when we think about our motto, serve students, be kind, it's not looking at how we serve, right? What does that look like for each of our areas, our divisions, our programs, etc.? It's been a pleasure to work with this team to strengthen our services and to find ways to streamline the process and to think about ways we can remove barriers for students, as the president talked about. What are the things that we're doing, systemic changes that we can change to help students get through the pipeline? Moving into the new building is a great opportunity for us to remove barriers. Spring provided us with an opportunity to access and give students access to student services and find everything in one spot, right? And it helped with the onboarding process. They could see right away, they can visit with admissions and records, financial aid, counseling, and they're able to see all of the other services visually because of our open space concept. And I think that this has provided an opportunity for us to have increases in student health, veteran services, office with disabilities, EOPS, care, how work, job placement, and so many other programs that we've seen an increase in students' usage. So, but more importantly, this space has allowed us the opportunity to see each other, not behind different departments. It has been an opportunity to lean on each other and to work in ways to serve our students best. An example of this was our most recent registration event we had held for the first time in the student services building, and the event was from like 12 to 8. Everyone was energized, excited, and if you happened to have been there that day, you saw that place was packed with students. Thanks to the support of our marketing team, who created a buzz around the event through emails, letters, and social media, we were able to provide students assistance prior to even coming to the event. They were able to do things online, complete an application, orientation, financial aid. And then when they got there, they did those things, we fast-tracked them straight onto counseling appointments and enrollment assistance. And those that came without any appointments or anything, we were doing our work right there and there to get them through the process and enroll them that day. And when they left, we still followed up, making sure that if they completed everything, they got a phone call. Hey, I noticed you didn't complete. And guess what? The following Monday, we invited them back in for an online orientation to complete the steps. And we're continuing to work those lists and making sure we continue to work with our students. And that's been a different strategy. That's been a strategy that we're hoping will increase our enrollments. And our registration event was not just about us doing the work in student services. It was an all hands on deck. We had enrollment, we had administrative services there with IT assistants right there in case you couldn't get, passwords on and with students. We had the cashier's office available. Our HR department was there, academic affairs, faculty and staff, as well as executive council. They were all there working the lines and helping out wherever they could. And so the other piece that you can see behind the scenes is that I want to do a shout out to the Palmdale Center staff, the call center and the welcome center, right? Who were calling people behind the scenes to let them and remind them and come in and we're ready for you and let's go. And so we served over 600 students that one day, 600 gentlemen. That was amazing in person, and then served close to 150 other students online on that Monday. So we can and we will continue to, each and every one of us, be a part of this work that needs to be united and together. Student services, academic affairs, administrative services, facilities, everybody's in this, faculty, everyone. And so a big applause to you and thank you. Yeah. I want to type this one more thing, a couple more things just about, some highlights. The student services building, now you can see has now, you don't have to go over to the modules. You can go there and get your ID for students or for staff. You can go ahead right in there, look at the welcome center and let them know you want to get your ID there. As you noticed here from, let's see, our outreach, we've done a lot to continue to reach out to students. We served close to 10,000 students in a matter of about 6 months. Another thing that I wanted to mention, and that's probably the next one, is that in the hub, which you'll know it's the common that you just heard from, Shami, we welcomed one new program in there. The Mesa Center is going to be located there, in addition to all the other programs that are listed on that slide. And over the summer, we have a basic needs program moved to T100. So students are looking for the food pantry or anything that has to do with the clothing closet, receiving transportation, assistance, housing, dental, vision, anything that's related to servicing students' mental health is, as well as in the health center. But Jill and her team is working really hard to get that place settled in, and it is looking fabulous. And when the new commons building goes up, it's going to be an amazing place for students. So I want to also remind you that next week we're hosting Welcome Week, and there's going to be many events to connect students to resources and to make them feel welcome here at Antelope Valley. Please encourage your students to attend, and if you have the time, please stop by and find out where you can participate and have a great rest of the day. Thank you.
I know some of you are wondering. You're not vice president. I'm not, and we're missing one. And I've been told somewhere here, where's Ricky Hyden? Was there? Oh, good. Hi. Everybody welcome you by putting new resources, Dr. Lauren, beyond. Why isn't she on the stage? That is a good question. Thanks for asking it. Because human resources is probably in the middle of processing 20 adjunct applications this week alone, some as we speak. We can add more students, add more classes. Thank you, human resources, for all the hard work. Harmony, you also. Okay, at this time, I think already started out. Good. Next round of rap. Athletic basket. By Ben. Perfect. Dr. Zimmerman, the prize. Here we go. Basket. Come on. Happy autumn. Congratulations. Perfect. No. Congratulations. R&R. Rosa Bowie. Congratulations. Congratulations. Pete. Congratulations. Dogs of AVC. In charge. Congratulations. Reflecting. Jefferson. Congratulations.
Thank you, back again. Thank you for donating that much. Appreciate it.
Okay, now time for the student panel. Moderated by our student trustee.
Good morning, everyone. With us today, we're gonna have a student panel composed of a diverse set of students, and we just like to talk about what AVC is for us and the experience as a student. All right. So we're just gonna start off. What is your goal here at AVC? Who are you? Where are you on your path to achieving this goal?
Hello, everyone. My name is Bobby Bennett. I, for as long as I can remember, I love to act. I love to perform. And so where I'm at in my academic goal is finally trying to reach my associate's in arts degree for transfer. I graduate hopefully at the end of December 2nd. And yeah, I'm trying to transfer over to USC or UCLA.
Hi everyone, my name is Francisco. I'm an international student. And my main goal here at AVC is to graduate and get my degree in kinesiology. But the most important for me is to enjoy the journey and help people. So I believe I'm in the right path because I'm the soccer team, so I'm also enjoying the journey. It's not only about the graduation, it's not only about the diploma. And I'm also helping people because I'm a student worker and I'm working for basic needs. So that's what we do there. So basically, that's why I think I'm there on the path to achieve my goals.
Hello, everyone. My name is Crystal Mabaraka, and I am a high school senior at SOAR High School, students on Academic Rise. It is the dual college credit enrollment with AVC here. And I basically am a regular high school student that takes my high school classes, but I also take the classes that I wouldn't be able to take here at AVC. So I am a part-time college student, and I'm going very well on the journey. I will be finishing this year as a high school senior with my AAs and IGETC, and hope to go on to a four-year university.
Hello, everybody. My name is Norma Cervantes, and I just started here at AVC. This is my second semester, and my goal here is to finish my business professional degree, and hopefully, keep on going and transfer to a university, hopefully, and probably finish by 2025. So I'm excited to be here, and I just love the school and their students and their teachers. They're all amazing. And so, yeah, I'm just a little nervous, but I'm happy to be here.
Hi guys, my name is Caitlin Vasquez, and I am a full-time student college athlete here on campus. And I am a part of the tennis program here at AVC. I'm also a full-time college student. My plan, I have a whole plan out, okay guys. I'm gonna go get my associates here, do all my prerequisites here. Hopefully transfer within 2 to 3 years, mainly 3 years, because I want to be a registered nursing major. I hope to plan to transfer as a UC or Cal State. And the top school I want to get to, because I know I can get to it, is UC Irvine or UC LA. And And you gotta always have backup plans for backup plans, so Cal State Fullerton or the nursing program. And yeah, and I really like this campus. I love everyone here. It's like so supportive here. The transition from high school to college. I cannot tell you how much I feel so comfortable and confident just being here and just like seeing everyone today and just motivating me to like push on with my goal. And I know I can get it. Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Anthony Rivera. I'm the student trustee. And while I'm here at AVC, my goal is to get a degree in either poli-sci or psychology. I haven't really figured it out yet. But moving on, we can see that everyone here has had a bit of an experience at AVC. We've all gone through tickets classes. What AVC experience stands out to you the most?
The AVC experience that stands out to me the most is the programs and the sports. Literally, I was so happy when I could come here and be like, oh, there's a sport for me. I love tennis. I want to join this team. And since like I've played tennis for 4 years at my high school, I was thrilled to finally come and be like, hey, like I'm gonna play tennis here. And then along the way, I want to get involved with my schooling because I was already involved at my high school. So coming here at AVC, knowing that there's programs for me, which are the first year experience and the Fuente program, they feel like family to me now. And like, I haven't been here for that long, but the experiences that I've like been, they're just been feeling so like wide in range. And I have just so much support and resources to help me.
So like she said, being a student athlete is different. I'm a student athlete as well, and it's a different experience. But for me, the experience that stands out most here at AVC is to be a student worker, because I'm working on a department that it's the basic needs, and then we can see to eat or where to live. And sometimes we think our lives are difficult, but we see people like that. We see how grateful we should be every day. So that's the experience that stands out the most for me.
Yeah, definitely agree. I feel as if being a student worker, I've had tons of access to certain resources that many other students should know about, should have access to. And, you know, I work Gumoda, I work student equity. I see all kinds of students come through and hearing about their academic career, hearing about their journey. It really is enlightening, and it just helps me want to help other people. It helps me get the motivation to help others in getting to those resources, because my first year here, I definitely didn't know that there was so much that this school gives out to us, and becoming a student worker helped me navigate all of that, helped me understand all of that, all of the resources that are given to each student, each kind of student. This school meets so many needs of different people, but they just have to be pointed in that right direction. And I'm so blessed to have that opportunity to point students in the right direction and get them to have that from the start of their academic career, rather than kind of like me towards my last years here. So yeah.
To me, the experience that stands out to me the most was witnessing of the value and the support that the school has given the students here. Like on me, they have a lot, because I come from a family where I grew up, seven family members in the family. Out of seven brothers and sisters, excuse me, that didn't graduate, and I was the only one from the whole family that did. And just as being put down from your parents saying that you can't do it, I know that I realize that I'm here today, achieving what I really want to do. And so when I started, now that I'm back here at ABC after 25 years of being out of school. It's been really hard for me, but I've had the support from my husband and my kids. They've been there for me the whole time, step of the way, and just starting the Canvas was really confusing for me. So my oldest, he's a graduate from UC Santa Cruz, and he was there for me the whole time. He's actually been my tutor this whole time, and he's been very supportive. So I'm very happy to be here.
As I mentioned earlier, I am a high school student. So coming onto the ABC campus, I was first a little wary my freshman year because as I was trying to get adjusted to high school online, I was also going into college classes with no idea how to start yoga or my health classes that you start with as a foundation. And the ABC experience that stood out to me the most is how welcoming the college campus is to students, whether it's the professors or the students or any of the resources that you find along the way, like Basic Needs, who I'm a big supporter of, where you can just come into any atmosphere in any environment and just be welcomed with open arms, no matter the age difference you have with your classmates or your professors, and just the eagerness for everybody to help you and for you to really succeed.
So shout out to everyone on campus that helps make this place so supportive and opening to everyone of all ages and backgrounds. But you guys all talked about what your goals were when you applied at AVC, what your goals still are. What have you done so far? What have you learned so far here at AVC that has helped you gain or get closer to achieving your goals?
So just answering that question, I feel as if a lot of the younger generation kind of doesn't see the utmost importance of education. I feel as if they kind of look at different ways to get money or to come up in this world. And I think something huge on that is what you have to go through to get your degrees and the different classes, the different general eds and stuff that a lot of students may believe that they don't really need to take. And I felt like that for a certain point in time. I mean, I want to be an actor, and my family, people around me, so many voices in my head has told me that this wasn't the way, that this wouldn't be stable, that you're just trying to have fun and you're not trying to actually put in work. And I say that to say that just because I did take those general ed classes and I felt like what did they have to do with acting? I actually took a lot of very valuable skills from going into those classes. Also just being in those classes, I've met so many different people that have given me tactics, things like time management, knowing how to balance a schedule, how I spend my time with the people around me. I noticed that if I wanted a certain goal, I had to sacrifice my time doing certain things. I had to sacrifice wanting to hang out all the time. I had to sacrifice staying up as late as I wanted to on the game. I had to, just really, really just focus. And I think being a full-time student is what gets you in that mode. I feel like making a schedule, learning note-taking, learning how important it is to write things down, and just having it visual. Now that I've been in college, I grabbed a whiteboard and I put it in my room, and I write everything I want to do for the day. And, it helps me use my time to the fullest of my ability, because when I'm sitting around feeling like I'm bored, I look up at that board and it stares me right in my face, and I'm like, well, I could be doing something, but I'm just not doing anything. And that is my choice. You can always have something to do. You can always do something today to work towards your goals in the future. No matter how small or big, you can do something today. So being a full-time student has really made me want to use my time wisely. And just even more specific example, me being an actor and analyzing scripts, it helps me build my characters often, and through English, through a professor named VJ Jennings, we learned the importance of annotation, of breaking down the text. And this is a technique that I take to my scripts now. I go there, I highlight, I look at where the comedy is supposed to be. I look at where the plot is supposed to be. I look at where, you know, I analyze that text and it has made my characters 10 times better. And I am evolving as an actor, thanks to that man over there, thanks to all the, you know, thanks to all the support that these different classes had that I didn't think were as important. So, you know, those are the skills that I've gained and have applied to my educational goals.
No, I would like to add on with what Bobby said. And yes, to get to your educational goals, there is some sacrificing that needs to be made. And one of the biggest sacrifices I had to make was my fun life, balancing my fun life or my teenage life with my school life. And many people struggle with separating those two because yes, like school is important and you need to be there and get like top grades and everything, but also personal and health is important too. And I struggled with myself because I would never get sleep. I struggled with sleeping. And one of the things I had to learn to do was manage my time, be like, hey, like I need sleep to wake up in the morning to do my tennis. I need sleep in order to progress me throughout the day. And then as well too, like I want to be able to succeed and put myself out there when going into my classes. I need to time manage, and not a lot of people know how to do that. It's hard to time manage, but it's also, you have to put yourself, and how are you going to organize it yourself to manage your own school? How are you going to get there to your educational goals? And one of the things I've done is actually use Google Calendar. I put everything to myself. I would plan final exams, quizzes, study prior. And that's one of the things that I was like, I don't need to do this. I could just power through this. No, like preparing ahead and putting yourself and being like just like what Bobby said, he puts, for him, making it most mandatory important is to do sticky notes or putting a bulletin board. For me, it would be to schedule things and plan things out prior to what I need to do. And, you know, I want to be able to succeed. I want to be able to show that I'm committed. But with that, it also comes with, you have to put away your fun times and learn in your schooling too. Yeah.
So AVC really lays the foundation for your future and helps you become prepared to be more organized, you would say?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just kind of just helps your growth as, you know, a human, as you know, maturing, you know. And I never felt more older when when one of my friends wanted to just hang out, and you know, some of my friends that I have many different groups, but some of my friends, they'd hang out and they just want to kick it, like they just want to, what are y'all doing? Like, you know, I just feel like I had to fill my time with something. And, you know, I never felt more older than telling some of my friends, you gotta fit you in my schedule, man. You know, like I had to, let me put you on my calendar real quick. I got a Google Calendar as well, you know, I'll schedule, you know, that block of time, you know, yeah, it's just definitely just AVC helps you mature. It helps you, you know, move on and go forward in life and progress, and, you know, helps you take on the bigger challenges of becoming, you know, an adult, productive adult of this society. So
to like high school, the transition from high school to college is crazy. Like not a lot of people being the younger generation, not a lot of people take high school seriously. They think it's something mandatory for me to do because the government is telling me, because my parents are telling me. But once you're in college, it's like, no, you're going back to school. You're going back to school to get your associates, to get your bachelor's, to get your master's. And that's when it's like, that's when the click is like, no, I have to start taking this seriously.
So what do you guys need in order to be successful here at AVC?
What I need is a big support program, or like big supportive people. I also need just like people to motivate me, people to tell me like, you know, you have to motivate yourself. And, you know, the biggest thing for like yourself too is like, you can be hard on yourself, but you also can make yourself happy, make yourself motivated. Tell yourself, what do I need in a day to be successful? What do I need to make me get through this paper, to get through this math problem? You know, if that's music that you need to listen to, then put on that music. And like, for me, I love to socialize. I love to talk to my family, my friends. But I'm also like, okay, maybe I can ask them if I need that help with a problem. Maybe they know something. And maybe I just need that little push to be like, okay, I took my time for myself. Now I'm gonna go back to doing this problem. And I feel encouraged and motivated to do it.
Support plays a really big factor in your success, you would all say.
100%.
So my next question is a bit more open to interpretation. Do you feel safe here at AVC, like emotionally, physically? Do you feel safe to be yourself?
Yeah, basically, I feel very safe here at AVC. I never felt different in the facilities. I think the sheriff's department do a very good job. I feel safe when I'm playing soccer. I feel safe while I'm in the classroom. I feel safe while I'm working, and I'm feeling safe right now. So, yeah. Basically, overall, I feel very safe here.
I would agree. When you're putting yourself in a new environment, any environment that is, you're always afraid of, am I going to be safe? Are there going to be people there that welcome me? And I feel at AVC, I am truly safe. Like Francisco was saying with the sheriff's department, but also with just staff that are always around. I know that people have all different kinds of modes of learning. So there's people on campus, there's people online, asynchronously as well. And then there's also night classes that you take for the more harder levels and units of classes. And not once have I questioned my safety, because I know that even if I'm here early mornings or late nights, as one of the younger groups on campus, because we have a wide range of ages all over the campus. We do have a really big campus. There's always somewhere that I can feel safe or go to just relax or disconnect for a bit, or even just find something to eat. But yeah, there's always just some place that you can sit.
I do feel safe. I do feel just as any campus, there's gonna be its positives and its negatives. And I do feel that while I feel safe, like I said, a lot of the resources that I have now was because I had access to certain people and that I had to go out and really grab it. I had to go out and get it. And for some of my friends who are very introverted, for some of my friends who are really nervous about this academic journey, I would love for AVC to put more, and I've seen it. So even if some people may feel like it's not necessarily 100% safe for them to always get their needs met, I constantly see behind closed doors the effort to really get to those students and make it 100% safe. Nowhere is really perfect 100%, but I do think this school does a really good job at hearing their students and really trying to work towards meeting everyone's goals. They're building new facilities to house certain programs, house many different students, and give more opportunities for students to not only be there and relax, but also to have really strong work environments, to their, just new technology, new buildings, new things. So if you didn't feel 100% safe here, we are working on it here at AVC. And, I appreciate the patience, and I love seeing what the school is doing for its students at the moment.
So to close out our panel on opening day, for each of you, what do the professors, the faculty, the administration, what do they need to know about you in order to help you succeed?
They need to know that I'm extremely loud, energetic, and friendly and approachable, and that I am 100% committed into my schooling, and that any challenge that they give me, I'm gonna take it with 100% effort and just do all the work that I need. And if I make mistakes along the way, I can't be egotistical and be like, well, you know what? I did this and I put all my effort and I just throwing it back in my face. No, I'm gonna take it and be like, okay, I made a mistake. I need to ask my professors, I need to ask my counselors, what can I do to fix this mistake? What can I do to be like, okay, you know what? Don't take it as they denied you, they said that you were wrong. That this is a learning experience, that we can all learn from something. And that's what your whole life is gonna be about, learning. And one thing I'm learning is learning to be myself, learning to put myself out there, and learning to feel comfortable and confident here at AVC.
Just that all they need to know is that, you know, I have a lot of patience in coming here and learning and experiencing, and I'm willing to put myself out there as well to get where I want. And I'm thankful that I know that I'm going to be able to do it with those teachers, with the help of everybody that's supporting me, and just go out there and just go for it and do what you have to do, and, you know, and feel happy and proud of yourself, and, you know, and just do the best that you can, and just, you know, if you're as old as I am, you know, come back to school.
We hear a lot of words fly around like understanding, patience, mutual respect. We just need to remember these core values and just know that we're all here today. We all kind of have similar routines. We all came to this auditorium to really connect with each other and meet all different kinds of people. I didn't think I would be public speaking this morning, but we all are here today, and we just need to remember to work together, and that we all have mutual goals here, no matter how much they differ. So just a reminder of why we're here, because we get so lost in wanting to achieve our goals that we forget why we started here in the first place. And just remember that there's going to be road bumps and like different like stops along the way.
And I believe what you need to know about me is that it was hard for me to be here today because I'm still learning English. I just got here in US 2 years ago, and I was kind of nervous about it, but at the same time, I accept the challenge. And I'm a guy that's willing to work, that feel part of the community, and help the community. Because I didn't do it for nothing. I want to do something special. I want to do something different. So basically, that's it.
What a lot of faculty, professors, and many staff should know about me is that I'm destined for greatness. You know what I'm saying? I'm destined for greatness. You know, I wholeheartedly believe that when I go up, you know, the school, you know, you might hit me up. You know, let's talk. One thing for sure is that I want to put out there is that we are all on our own path. We are all, you know, we all need to stay in our lane, and we're all trying to, you know, we look at this person, we look at that person, how far they are. And, you know, right now for me, I am just focused on, you know, how I get to where I need to go the most efficient way. And it's through those resources. Brilliant professors like BJ, like Corona, they put on their syllabus, they let it be known that these are the resources for you. And for faculty, for staff, for everybody, I just hope that you guys really, really promote these, you know, these resources for each individual student's needs. Because like I said, when I first got here, I had no idea that I had access to all of these. I had no idea that I could apply for these. I was worried that, you know, I wouldn't be eligible here and there, and just, you know, knowing that I had so much access to things that helps me move forward 100% more now than I did back then. And now I'm, you know, I feel like I'm, you know, I'm moving right on my feet. I'm getting through these classes. I'm moving. I have my routine. I get how it is to be an AVC student now towards my last years here. And I just want that for every student as soon as they walk in. I want them to know that they have help. I want them to know that it's not going to be hard to get through these. And, you know, I want the staff to really make it just easier for all of us, and really push the idea that, you know, hey, your needs will be met here. We will help you move away. And hopefully the school can also just put more into student travel, because I feel like Antelope Valley, well, it's pretty cool. I've been out here for a couple of years now. I feel that being able to travel around the world helps my biggest goal, which is understanding the perspective of every living being, every living thing. I want to know, how the animals live. I want to know how all different types of people live. And just I want to learn that. And traveling, going to different colleges, seeing that there is more than just the world, just the Emerald Valley, through AVC could be a wonderful opportunity for all of our students. So I would love to push that as well. So, yeah.
Real quick too, sorry. Could I just add on? Can we just give a round of applause to all the programs, all the professors and like everyone that's like so supportive on campus? Because without them, like, we wouldn't be here sitting today being like, okay, we're ready to do this panel, but we know we have all these people behind our backs.
Seriously.
Yeah, exactly. Like we have all these clubs, all these activities, all these seminars, all these like basic needs, like who would want that?
There's yeah, and just to piggyback off of what Caitlin said, I really feel like seeing these programs has inspired me to want to really like put my foot down out here and really let myself be known so that I can start different clubs myself. Black Student Union is a club that I really want to kick up again. And it's really something important to me and all of my peers around me from my community. I just really want to inspire others to kick up new clubs and reactivate and really get involved as students to help others. And if you all would help us push those, I would also really appreciate it, because those are very important to new students, very important to including all kinds of students at this campus.
Guys, can we have another round of applause? Thank you so much. I was having the courage today to go speak for you. I hope you guys learned about students. I hope you guys had a fun time. So thank you, everyone. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Okay. Last but not least, special thanks to all the facilities people, the front of the house, the back of the house, everybody made the events today possible. Thank you very much. For those of you who need to use a basket, please see Nancy in front of the house. Front of the auditorium, from down here. Next on the agenda, Blue Mountain Band, Jeff Cooper in the cafeteria. Break for lunch. Thank you for coming. Drive safe.